Welcome back to part 2 of What If Zuko Had Power or Reality, Soul, and Time. Part 2. So in this What If, or in this second part, and sorry about the interruption. So, yeah. Let's do a recap. So, Zuko has or basically a boombox. You know, like the ones that turn a dial, and once it is at 0, it's on mute tone. And then once it goes all the way to the max, then you really get to hearing it. So yeah, that's what Zuko has as his quirk. It's useless, but very effective. That's what I'll say. So yeah, Zuko is the only people that could hear or that can understand him when he's on mute is her and Bakugo. So yeah, because both of them are brother and sister, and with Zuko, Midoriya, and this whatever. So I'll probably do a reboot of it. So now, and when Zuko was, and the quirk assessment testing, everybody couldn't believe that Zuko, with that powerful of a windpipe, destroyed the entire fake city only in one day. Like, that sonic screech could just, and plus the 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, they all got obliterated. So making Zuko have the infinity points. Like, he has, like, he took out 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers. Heck, he even cleared out the entire of those. And yeah, Zuko is the one who destroys all. Yeah. And so, yeah, Nezu's like, that boy has some good windpipes. Because he was in a control room. He could even hear it. Like, some of the pro heroes, like All Might and Midnight and Mr. Aizawa and Nezu, went deaf. Like, what did he say? I can't hear you. What? I can't. Yeah, so, because with that much power, yeah, imagine if that was in the real city. There would be some casualties. But, yeah. The words, like, he can cause some serious damage if he wanted to. But hey, this is the UA Academy that we're at right now. So, being powerful or being quirked are more powerful than anyone in the entire world. So yeah. And sorry for if you were using your headphones things. in part 1, I'm sorry, there would be probably more deaf people. So, yeah, I'm not going to do it. That's why he only on occasions that are like, if he really wants to. So, yeah. The only sometimes I'll throw it in to just spice it up. I try to spice up my videos, but 2 of them got copyright strikes, so yeah. That's why I'm not gonna do that ever again. Like, spicing it up a little bit more, so it just feels dead. So, let's move on. So, Zuko got class 1A with Bakugo and his sister. I was gonna put Bakugo's, or I was gonna put her in class 1B. Or let's do that. So, only Bakugo, his brother, does that. Like, he was just in there. So, yeah. I was gonna range it so they Mineta, the grapefruit guy, her, or him, the one right underneath the bird guy, that grapefruit guy. Or let's change him from, or bump him down into, like, add her into class 1A. Let's do that. So all the 3 of them are in class 1A, as he is on mute. So they all see his, like, lips moving. There's nothing like he's talking. So, yeah. Bakugo explained, or actually Mr. Izawa had to get a hearing check before. So, one of the, of course, was substitute teacher, the one that, like, was actually, where is she? No, I'm talking about the girl, not the, so, by her. So, yeah. She asked how far, or no, Zuko got first place. And so, yeah, he got the ball throw first. So, when he's on mute, they could see his lips moving, but no words comes out. So, he's asking how far, as he points to, like, the direction that, as she says, okay, I need someone who, as one of the people, or Bakugo is saying, he's asking how far do you want the ball thrown? As she says, oh, far as you can throw it, okay? Yeah. As he winds up and he threw the ball, and when he activated his other quirk, he says, go farther. As, yeah. Imagine, yeah. And when it's just like that, the ball went even further. Like he made it so that it hits actually the sun. Or no, the ball went to the what if Zuko was this guy's world. Yeah. So he caught it and like, how far did someone throw this ball? As no one answers. So yeah. Now we got back to that. So yeah. The machine that Midnight was wearing was wearing or that had on her hand, it says error, error, unnatural ability, error, error, self-destruct sequence activated. Beep, 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 boom! Right before it detonated, Zuko, who figured, or like, his eyes turned bright green. He grabs the device and like he throws it and the device out of Midnight's hand into like the upper atmosphere. Then it did that. As he was back to where he was. As Midnight's like, where did it go? As it destroys itself. Like, oh. Huh. Well, I think you're the most powerfulest one, Zuko. As he says, really? And yeah, he's like, yeah. Bakugo says, yeah, no one can top off my little brother like that. As the Nezu is seeing, when he looked outside, he saw the machine flying right out of Midnight's hands and got thrown into outer space. So, yeah, he destroyed as he. So that's why. So, Zuko. And now I'm skipping the rest of that. So, yeah. So now it's heroes versus villains. Or I'm skipping the heroes versus villains because one, it's boring, and two, Zuko could just easily use that roar as a villain to be like that sound. And then what else? What else? And he also. So now to USJ. My goodness. At there, Zuko is the one who doesn't mess around with. So, yeah. Zuko is just that kind of person. So, he's or 13, or actually Bakugo, or actually Midnight told 13 that student doesn't talk, so because of his quirk. Yeah. So Jiro is like, okay. And in this what if, I was gonna do the what if Zuko, or no, what if Zuko, yeah, what if Zuko got cheated on by Ochako or Raka? Because she, or in this what if, she was Zuko's, or not Zuko's, yeah, sorry, her best friend. And, like, so yeah. And she was dating Zuko and decided to pretend to date Bakugo because Ochako told Bakugo and his sister that let's prank Zuko. So yeah, it happened at age of 4 to age of 15. And yeah, he ends up doing that. So now of course, Zuko is not fond of being loved by anyone. So yeah, he was like, what is this? As Bakugo, or actually he points to, or he taps on 13, like he's trying to get her attention, as he points to the center of a thing, as he says, villain. As 13 says, she was watching a portal open up, and she, of course, Midnight tells 13 to guard the students, as Zuko is like trying to think about like certain things, but he ends up like he decides to activate his like boombox thing, as he is getting so confused about that. So, and Bakugo knows that his brother, if he does under pressure, he starts using his quirk. As Bakugo is like, how about we all plug our ears? As he activated it, and yeah, all those villains, including Anomu's brain, exploded, and like villains are like, my ears, my ears. That's how Zuko got or won his first villain fight. Activate that, boom, and yeah, he was startled, as yeah, Todoroki is like, when he saw the devastation of Zuko's voice thing, Todoroki and everyone is like, be careful of him. As, yeah, because sometimes he gets a little bit freaked out when someone just like gets him behind. That's how they got his triggered. So, yeah. He's basically One Punch Man. As with his... Because the automatic doors automatically closed before, he activated it as he loosened up and pole vaulted all the way, breaking the automatic doors. As, yeah. I really do have to do that scream. So, headphone users, be warned. Yeah! So, yeah. Sorry, I had to do it to get it out of my system. So, now, Zuko is basically, he is startled as, yeah, Bakugo and Zuko's sister try to calm him down got shooked up. As, yeah, that Banshee scream thing alerted All Might and all the pro heroes. They all came and, took care of the villains. As, yeah, Midnight, he explained that Zuko he got startled. And so one of us, or he's right over there, his sisters and his brothers trying to calm him down. As Nezu, heard that, as he sometimes gets shook up. So, yeah. Zuko was, he was trying to not be so scared. Or, can't do under pressure thing. So, yeah, All Might flies over there, or walks over there, and tells him, "You have a good set of pipes, young Midoriya." As, heck, Bakugo, or his brother Bakugo is saying, he can't talk, huh? You could see his lips move, but he doesn't, really have any noise come out. As All Might is, yeah, he's basically oh, okay. So, yeah. So, yeah. So the dog, or no, so he says, "I'm not Zuko. I'm just here. What happened in there wasn't your fault. You got a little bit freaked out." As, yeah, his sister says, yeah, he knows that did he break any rules? No, he didn't. But he needs to keep calm under these pressure things. So, yeah, he says that he will be calm as a cucumber. Because he was, yeah. So, all the pro heroes, some of them are or actually the families of those students were praised by or like praising to Zuko for that freak out stuff. As he says, sorry, but Zuko didn't know that he accidentally used his voice thing. As Nezu is like, saying, Zuko, you need a better control over that. And I know that you can't speak loud. Because I think I know what your quirk is. Is it boombox? As he says, yeah, but without no noise. So yeah, Nezu says, okay, yeah, we're not banning you, don't worry, but just make sure you don't get those freakouts, okay? Or some of those villains are all of them are deaf because of you. So yeah, Zuko ends up getting praised by everybody as Bakugo and her were walking back to the home or walking to class it was the next day they went back to class and it was like normally, but they know that Zuko's quirk can't. So yeah, his only words are saying hi and bye to really get his full power. If he talks for long, then the louder it gets. If it's super long sentence, like hi, bye, and what's up, and all that stuff, in a row, it can send people into So all for one, or let's change to all for one, just for a moment. So all for one says, we have a boombox speaker. He was interested in Zuko, who's his boombox quirk, because he was working on it. So yeah, he trained as he roars so if he says hey or I, it only does could blow out one eardrum. But if it's a giant sentence like Super Robo Herzu thing, whatever, or if it's I'm just using this, so it's what if Deku catch the eye of the vampire? If he says that, or if Zuko says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if there's 9 words, he can basically send people into a coma. Not the city, in a coma for 50 days or 5 years if he says 9 or like words of a sentence, or if he says like 18 words, it sends them to or peeling their skin off, or it's scary stuff. So yeah, Zuko, who I'm skipping the 2 weeks and Sports Festival, and then now yeah, so Zuko was the first one out because of that sonic screech that no one wants to hear him. As like he opens the door and he sees as like he no one could understand him, so he turns it up and he does that. So yeah, those students like, or he used, that was 4 words. He said, "What are you doing here?" That's 5, of course. And some of them are pushed all the way down the other direction of the hallway. So, yeah. Before. And then now a sports festival, and Zuko tilts his head down as he's like thinking in his head like, oh boy. As he literally did like what Ben Wolf did. Like in that one scene from the Ben 10, the very first one. Not the reboot, not the Omnitrix, or whatever that's called. In the very first one, Ben Wolf like tilted his head down, and he used his sonic screech like that to literally pole vault him all the way across. Well, Zuko tilts his, and he says, "I am ready," as he literally bounced himself over the crowd, and he calibrated it so the 0-pointer that was hiding behind the trees just like smacks him all the way to the finish line. Yeah, so he won at like 0.1 seconds after saying go. So yeah, Todoroki, he says, or in his head, I wish I had that power. That would have been cool. So yeah, he, or his Bakugo was going to be a substitute thing, like a interpretator thing. So yeah. So then the cavalry battle, and yeah, Ochaku was the bike, or not, yeah, the one of the horses, and then Zuko was the driver, and like Bakugo is the horse thing of that carriage. And Zuko basically, when he activates his quirk, some people had to literally cover their ears, including his own men. So he does like So he put a sonic boom, like make a sound barrier around them. As everyone tries to get close, they ended up getting hit and back. So yeah, Zuko is literally the strongest one, as he basically pushed everybody with just his voice, so that bans them from the tournament. Not because he was a horseman, he can use his sonic blare thing. Like, his voice could destroy anyone. So yeah, Zuko is pretty powerful. Now, fight one, Todoroki, or it was against Zuko in the second match. And Zuko, or actually, Todoroki respects him as a person. As he says, I know that you can't talk because you can, and plus I'm really bad at the hearing, or can't see, or no, he doesn't understand what Zuko talks about sometimes. So, yeah, he activates his quirk, or disactivates his mute quirk and loud, or reactivating the loudness. It's like swap between two of those. So yeah, he activated it, and the sonic boom thing became like his body armor, so that not even ice or fire could even touch him. As he's literally walking up to Todoroki, and he says, "Hi," as it sends Todoroki flying out of the or out of the ring, right into, like, underneath the pedestal where Midnight was at, sending or knocking her like backwards, or no, sending her face first. So yeah, Zuko, who can do stuff with his voice thing. And so then as he wrote down, or he's trying to think about as he wrote down Lord of Mystery. That's what he wrote. As some, like, his classmates are like, that's a pretty cool hero name. As, yeah, Ochako is like, Lord of Mysteries, huh? As he was gonna, or actually, or Bakugo knows that why Zuko's picked Lord of Mystery one, because sometimes they don't even know if he's there or not. So yeah, now I'm skipping the internship. As yeah, and by the way, Mr. Aizawa regained his hearing. He went to, like, the doctors to get his ear things. Yeah. So now the camp park, or before the camp park, the doctor is like, huh. As he looks at Zuko's file, like he was gonna delete it, but then he accidentally clicked on it, and it said in his DNA as he finds this interesting. It says, or on there, it said Zuko, Midoriya, Quirk, Boombox, Powers, her words, Reality, Time, and Soul. Well, as he's is thinking in his head of, we must be looking at the guns of the infinity. Well, better report this to. As he reported to All for One, and All for One was grinning. Like literally, he was grinning from ear to ear of what he heard. As, he told, like he asked Musclier to do him one favor. As he says, what would that be? As, All for One says this, bring me Zuko Midoriya. He'll be a good, because he says, okay. What does that little kid has to do? Well, that little kid can bend the fabric of reality and doing all that stuff. So All for One as asking the most wanted criminal to bring in the innocent child to him. So he, with Dobby and Toga, because Dobby and Toga is like, ooh, so what quirks does he have? As All for One says, well, he has the boombox quirk, but that is not really important. Why I'm more interested in him. As she's like, okay, tell me more. As his powers are reality, time, and soul. It's if he figures out a way to contain in all those powers, he will become a kind of it. So 13 or no. So All for One is like, do you understand your job? Yes. As then now Camp Park and Zuko is like, he's training by himself in the woods away from everybody. Because no one wants to hear him say, hey, what's up? A bunch of times. Or really long sentences away. So, as he was training harder and harder. Like, literally. And some reason his body even changed into more muscular kind. As he's basically feels like he got like basically entire planets inside of his body. As yeah. And when he starts talking loud, as he could hear some like the users of One for All inside of his own head. But they could hear him because that rule doesn't apply to his ghost form. So, or his voice, or mute. So, yeah. He talks as, yeah, only person that really got One for All is Zuko, but, or not Zuko, or no, All Might was saving it until Zuko got a little bit more stronger as time progressed. As the voice of One for All was the first user talking to him. As he says, "Who are you?" "I am the first user of One for All. And it's nice to meet you, Zuko." "Wait, how do you know me?" As I forgot, or we forgot that your unique power is soul, so you can talk to the people that are dead. As rest of them shows up, yeah, so they can talk to him in their free time, or in their like, as he's like, okay. As he doesn't remember him activating that. As, yeah, the first user says, "You're powerful, see." As, yeah, everybody's, or all those, even talk to him. So, yeah. He is like, okay, that hurts my head. As the next day, the Class 1B shows up, and then all that. And then Zuko got captured. Instead of Bakugo. So, yeah. And, yeah. Bakugo, or no. Everybody's like so worried about Zuko. But Zuko, or they had a mask on him to make sure he doesn't like talk. But little did they know that Zuko had, or actually All for One, in his masked form here. In this form, walks up to Zuko and says, "Ah, Zuko Midoriya, the most powerfulest person in the entire world, universe even. You hold the keys to like different universes. And I want to steal that power away from you." As no need to start talking. We all know that you're powerful. But as he grabs Zuku's head, as he takes the boombox quirk away. Now you can't use your quirk. As he removes the mask part, as he says, huh, without sending off the big explosions. As, yeah, All for One says, you might be getting my quirk instead. And inside your body. As, yeah, All for One, and as they, but the Nezu is literally freaking out because he looked at Zuku's file on or actually Recovery Girl told him about Zuku's quirks, but she also told him about his power, about Zuku's powers. As calling All Might and all the pro heroes, this is the emergency. Immediately, okay? As he tells, of course, he told All Might that this is deep. As Nezu is telling All Might that, and Midnight, because about Zuko Midoriya's powers. Not his quirk, but his actual powers are reality, time, and soul. It's really important. If All for One gets or has him taken, he must be stopped before he absorbs Zuku's. As Midnight is like, it must be so serious. Yeah, reality allows Zuko to bend reality to his will. Time is also, he can manipulate time. That's why I know that he used the time power to save your life. As Midnight, as we're looking at the most overpowered character in all. So yeah, they found him as, yeah. But little did All for One know that Zuko is the true wielder of it. So, yeah. He used a copied one, as he copied, or it was too late. All for One got that power. But it was the weaker version of those three quirks. So yeah, Zuko, who is like brain dead, and ends up getting teleported to All for One's base so that the doctor puts, or actually Of course, the doctor told him this might hurt a little, as, yeah, he ends up turning Zuko into the Nomu that no one can even beat. But Zuko used his reality and, he basically went back to, All Might, or no, All for One, as he's you will not steal, or you will not take my favorite idol's anal's quirk, or you will not take him away. As he used his reality to give him boost, as when his eyes turned to that, he got a power of the all-seeing eye thing, Eye of Truth. He sees All for One as he used Momo's, or he used everyone's quirks, everyone, and his power to beat All for One to a bloody pulp. As All for One says, you're pretty powerful. As All for One was what she's doing, she couldn't believe, or he couldn't believe how he's bending reality to his will, basically turning himself into a kind of what he is. But basically, he flies up and he used his power to drain. As he's on the same, or he went from being the one that talks too loud and mute to pass All for One, even past Super Saiyan Goku, or Ultra Instinct Goku, or he could pass everyone in every anime, TV show, or comics, or movies. He's that basically All for One is I give up, but not live. But he actually accidentally turned the entire Japan into these creatures, eaters. So Zuko is not happy with All for One. He used all of his power. Basically, he grabbed All for One's throat and flies him to the sun. And he literally, you know that one scene where it's Iron Man pushing Ultron into the sun? And of course, it's just like that, but with Zuko pushed All for One into the sun all the way. But he made it through. Zuko made it through. As he flies back, as he decides to cure or turn everybody from this rawr, into themselves again. As he says, guess my power's too much for this world. As that was Zuko saying that. As he, of course, the first user says that he is grateful that someone, as One for All, actually left All Might's body and put it inside Zuko's body. As, yeah, because it was not forced, it was given. As he says, well, I'm pretty powerful and quirkless because of that stupid All for One. As he looks at the sun, or he looks at the sky, as, yeah, Zuko, or actually All Might, he walks up to him in his weak form, and says, that quirk didn't, or that boombox wasn't even fit for you. I know that you were born with that boombox, but come on, let's go home, okay? As he says, yeah, probably my mom was worried about me, as he literally flew all the way, as he was all buffed before, he, so that's why. So Inko and I always call the other girl Bakugo's mom. So yeah, they were having dinner, and Inko leans over to her sons and tells him, I'm trying to find where she's at, because I remember I did a fusion one. So Inko tells her son that, heck, she even knows that Zuko was different from, as, yeah, he, or she, yeah, so, hold on. So, yeah, wow, my video has gone that long, so, yeah. So she says, it's nothing is your fault, Zuko. As he says, I know, but I was born with a boombox quirk. As his other mother says, yeah, it didn't suit you compared to this, but in this, you're pretty strong, Zuko. So yeah, Zuko is basically now the powerfulest one. So yeah, he always tries to think about small stuff that will turn into big stuff later on. So Tenya even congratulated him on about becoming the world's most powerfulest person. Yeah. And Momo sometimes secretly, without Ochako even knowing, that she ends up sitting right next to Zuko and whispering something to him. As sometimes he's blushing. As now Ochako decides, or actually because Bakugo actually Ochako told Zuko the truth about the why she was pretending to date Bakugo or his brother to make him feel bad. As he says, no wonder why. Well, secretly, as he tells Oraka away from everybody that Momo was trying to date him, or trying to date Zuko. This is what he says. Momo was trying to date me. Or she, like, secretly dating me so that you, Ochako, who would never notice that some random girl just, yeah. So, Ochako is literally has that face, as she couldn't believe that someone is trying to sneak it or try to pull a fast one of like, he's mine. She couldn't believe it for a second. Yeah, she ends up being a turkey. So she says, as she was also said that, like, her face says, like, she did what? As Zuko tells her that during the lunchroom, sometimes Momo just, like, sits right next to me and, like, really closely. As, yeah, her voice, she says, at a really cracked voice. So, yeah. She did what now? As Ochako was trying to make Zuko blush because of that, but Zuko doesn't know how to blush real quick. And then that happens to Ochako. Yeah. So Ochako is keeping an eye on Momo. Because she might steal him, because Ochako thinks that he's getting, or she thinks in her head of, if this Momo character is trying to get my boyfriend away from me, she has something in for her. A trip to the moon, yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to make this into a 2-part video, not 3. So, yeah. Zuko is the literally or every girl that like comes in like or actually Momo was secretly like sometimes he gets like with his arms across or like or her arms like to being a like as she smiles at him as Ochako is trying to figure out how Momo is or she thinks that Zuko is cheating on her, but turns out it was Momo's plan to force Zuko to cheat on. Yeah. So, yeah. Then a couple of days have passed. I'm skipping the ball thing, dodgeball, and the overhaul fight because Zuko can't easily just like he bent realities of like overhaul all the way to like overdose or like basically yeah. And so the government was trying to think about how will we should we put him in like special chamber like jail cell as detective says no, he's a pro hero, we'll keep tabs on him. So yeah, as Ochako and Momo are like having their head-to-head thing of who will win the Zuko's love thing. As he's always been like, it feels like Beast Boy and Raven and Terra kind of situation. So now Zuko, who is finally had enough of them like fighting over each other, so he says, I'll make a suggestion. This is a really important one. As Momo says, go ahead. How about I'll date both of you? Then get married to both of you, too. As Momo agrees, as Ochako agrees too, so that the fight doesn't like end with someone like getting like killed. As yeah, Momo, whose parents saw him like literally used everyone's power, even their techniques. Heck, I saw, or I think that Zuko would be in my top 10 most powerful versions of my version of Zuko's. Like, forget Doomsday. He's just out a window. And yeah, he is so powerful. So now Zuko had one for all, and he still like talks to the spirits thing, as, yeah, he actually, because of reality, he can create stuff. So he says, as sometimes he forgets that who he's talking to in because of that thing. So yeah, that's why he wrote down the names of who he was talking to. So yeah, she wanted to talk to All Might. As All Might is like, or Zuko says, "Hey, All Might, you know that your master, the one that died from that villain that I threw into space? Yeah. She wants to talk to you." As he used his reality the Earth formed into the perfect copy of, like, kind of like twice, but instead of using like two, like, gluey substance, he used like rock. So yeah, and he says, if you want to talk to him, be my guest. As she, like, came out of Zuko's body as a spirit, went right into that golem and became, or the golem's body became like hers. As they start talking to each other, and yeah, as she says, no matter where I am, or I'll always be here for you. Even heck, Zuko can be here for you. Okay? As she's saying that Zuko can help him with all that stuff. So then, that's it. Or like, I'm leaving it up to your imaginations. And if this video gets 1 like or 2, I can do the, like, what the heck ones, or thinking about, like, or talking about, like, I'm thinking about doing a new series about what talk about YouTubers a lot. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. If this video gets 1 like, I may do like a new series called Talk About YouTubers. And, or like, that would be 4 likes. But if it's like 1 like, I would redo this one. And imagine and then redoing that. Or if it's 2 likes, then I might do something crazy. Like, I'll do, like, Zuko, or what if Zuko was way bad, and or like something that has to do with, like, and if this video gets 2 likes, I may redo what if I was meeting female way bad, and and all that Ben 10 stuff. So Peace out, y'all, and